Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, or good afternoon, or maybe good evening, everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Sabrina Tauri and you can call me Sabrina. I am the student of Faculty of Medicine, Islamic University Indonesia. In this video, I will identify formula of title of a journal using S.P.A and Consort checklist for abstract and full text of an article titled A Randomized Control Trial Evaluating the Effectiveness of a Short Video-Based Education Program for Improving Mental Health Literacy Among School Teachers. This article will be reviewed based on quarter 2021 checklist. And my presentation approximately will take about 10 minutes, but it could be more or less than that. To start with, I will identify the title with S.P.A formula. Let's begin with S, which stands for setting. Refers to the situation in which research takes place in Japan, especially in Japan high school. Okay, and then next is P. There is a population is the target of the research. The target of the research is the school teachers. And then now stand for intervention. Intervention is can be therapeutic or preventive way for the condition, like that 15 minutes style education from video created by mental health, cover epidemiology of mental common symptoms and collaboration between school and medical institution. And then let's turn to C, which stands for condition. If the clinical condition of the subject is not certain but probably reasonable, it mental health literacy. Next point is E, which stands for endpoint. Refers to type of change the condition undergoes after being subject intervention. The endpoint in this title improving mental health literacy. And the last point is D, which stands for design. Design is design study. To remake the title, compare the design of this article is RCT, that is randomized control trial, non-blind. And then there is a 2 point. That one is participant, and then assessment. The participant is 90 teachers, which means 90 teachers, and then the assessment is pre and post. And that's all I have for the title identify using S.P.A formula. And then we go to PICO. PICO is population, intervention, comparator, and outcomes. First is population. Population is described a particular group of patients, may include primary problems and then disease or coexisting condition, like in this text is in this study target school teachers. Participants were recruited between April 2018 and May 2019. And then intervention. Intervention in this is include main intervention, prognostic factor, or exposure. Like is this the intervention comprised watching a 15 minutes anime film on DVD. The short video was developed by experts in child and adolescent psychiatry and early education who were members of Department of Physical and Health Education, Graduate School of Education, University of Tokyo. And then comparator, and comparator in this is in baseline significant test comparing the groups or participants were conducted with independent t-tests performed for age, years of work as teachers and reps past domain, and chi-square test for sex, experience for attending a seminar about mental health, and experience of involvement with people with mental illness. And then the last is outcomes. Outcome is what is being accomplished, improved, and measured. Like the outcome is complete self-report questionnaire regarding the socio-demographic characteristic before and after the program. They complete questionnaires regarding their mental health related knowledge as well as challenge person of the reported and intent behavior skill. And then we go to the checklist, and in this I got checklist of information to include when reporting randomized trial. The first is 1A, identification as a randomized trial in the title. Yeah, we can look the title is a randomized control trial evaluating the effectiveness of a short video-based educational program for improving mental health literacy among school teachers. And then 1B structure is background, and then was background, and the design method, result, and conclusion is include 1B is checklist. And then 2A, what is 2A is scientist background and explanation of rationale. That's 2A is background that mental disorder are the most important cause of disability for 20 under 50 years old and account for the increase in total disease burden during early adult. Many people develop mental illness as teenagers. However, a large number of young people with mental disorder tend to not seek help or support. As a result, young people often lack adequate support and treatment, resulting in severe impairment of their social function. Okay, and then the 2B is specific objective hypothesis. Is as a result, it's clearly necessary of provide MHR education to teachers before they begin to provide such education to students. Research on MHR in Japan has been conducted sporadically. And then 2A and 2B is checklist. And then 3A is description of trial design. Trial design is this study comprised two warm parallel group non-blind RCT. Reporting of the result of this study is accorded with the Consort 2010 statement. 3A is checklist, and then 3B is in-person change method. Okay, for the 3B is not. And then for A is eligibility criteria for participant. Okay, for A is teacher who consent to participate were individually and randomly assigned either to the educational group or the control group, for which 1:1 ratio. And then for A is checklist, and then for B for the setting and location is on Japan High School. And then 5 is intervention. The intervention is comprised watching a 50 minutes film on DVD. The short video was developed by experts in child and adolescent psychiatry and early education who were members of Department of Physical and Health Education. Okay, 5 is checklist, and then 6A outcome measure is the participant complete self-report questionnaire regarding their socio-demographic characteristic before and after the programs. And then for the 7 is a checklist, and then we go to 8A is random sequence generation, and 8B is type randomization. Okay, the assessment questionnaire comprised of domains A until E. It was developed by combining self-development items. And item for exercising measures, the 5 domain is questionnaire where structure as follows. A, general knowledge about mental health or illness. And then 8A and B is checklist. Let's go to 12. Statistical methods is baseline significant test comparing of the group participants were conducted with independent t-tests performed for each years of work as teachers and read-based domain. Plus and exclusion is exclusion criteria include refusing to provide informed consent and withdrawal of consent. All teachers is target school were approached in irrespective of their gender. All teachers were allowed to participate regardless of the type school to which they belong. And then 14A is recruitment. And the recruitment this study target school teachers. Participants were recruited between April 2019 until May 2019. Okay, 14 is checklist. The before is 13A is participant flow. Show the flow of participants at each stage of the trial. We explain the research in advance. And then we go to 15 baseline data, and then I want to show the data in here. Age, gender, years of work as teacher, and then have you attended a seminar mental health, have you been involved with people as mental illness, and RIBS GPS domain. RIBSG is Japan's version of the report and intent behavior skill. And then this is educational group is 39 and the control group is 37. And then 15 checklist, and then we go to 16 number analysis. Present the teacher's demographic information. The sample comprise 92 participants of the group. Details of the type of elementary school. School is 7, secondary school is 4, and special support demographic characteristics, sex, age, and years of work as teacher. And then we go to 17. 17 is outcome and examination. A significant interaction effect between groups and time was observed in terms of knowledge gained after the intervention. The educational group was shown to have improved a greater. And then 18 is analytical analysis. Like the proportion of participants giving correct answer to each question increase. And then no difference where domain C is no different detect regarding improvement in the DSS score. And then the last is the domain is regarding intention to help student, and then the last is domain E is in terms of decrease in stigma. And then we go to 19 is harms. That is, educational programs compared with the control group. The teacher who received this program show greater knowledge gain than the control group. Okay, 19 is checklist, and then 20 is interpretation. This study suggests that short video based MHL education can improve school teacher MHL and can increase intention to assist students. This approach affords a wide range of application and further expansions. And then 21 is limitation. That is, this study has strained RCT was like as the study design and uniform intervention by DVD was performed. Good results were obtained regarding knowledge provision and behavior prediction. However, several limitations of the study need to be considered. And then to 22. And the result is the improvement of knowledge and decreasing stigma. Attitude are not always achieved at the same time. Previous findings have shown that education communities about mental health has a relationship with the provision of appropriate help in the future. Therefore, education about MHL may lead teachers to recognize students with mental health problems and provide appropriate help students. And then 23 is registration, trial registry. You mean CTR. Date of registration is 19 April 2018. And then the protocol, TK designed the study, GU, EM, TM, and KO were the protocol and delivered the intervention. TS developed the MHL education. And then the last is funding. This research was supported by Emap and S.P.A. Kenhin. We wish to thank Dr. Yi Nishioka and Professor T. Imanura from the Department of Public Health, Health Management and Policy. Thank you.